today I really want to talk to y'all on some of the ways that since I've been in my 40s, I have tried to like manage and try to find more balance with learning that you can't control everything. Like, okay, like, girl, chill out. Like, I get anxiety thinking about how I can't control stuff, but I can't about it. And like, this is probably not even something I was going to talk about, but I was like, I know I'm not the only one, especially if you're a single mom. And I just want to talk to y'all about like the journey of me understanding how single moms are and like giving some tips because I know what it's like to be a single mom. Like, I feel like I know what it's like to parent all different facets of parenthood, right? Like, I know what it's like to be a single mom. I know what it's like to co-parent with a person who you're not in a relationship with. And I know what it's like to actually be in a relationship with somebody, co-parent with them in that journey of parenthood. So I just want to talk for a second about like the journey of single mom because I love y'all. I am you. Like the single mom, Stephanie, she lives deep. One of the things I really want to talk about, and this is like freestyle. Like I did jot down like some notes, but like I don't even really need to have a whole lot of notes and a whole lot of set lists because like, yo, I was a single mom. I mean, I was a single mom for, I mean, my oldest son is 28. So, I mean, he's 28 and I mean, I still parent him. But I did, and I say this, I did co-parent him with my mom. And like, thank God for my mom. Thank God for my mom as like my co-parent who has like been there to bless me and to she's been a blessing. She's been there a person who like has really helped me with my son. Um to the point like it's so funny like when I talk and I know it's some moms who grew up as a young mom who could probably totally relate to this like if you're co-parenting with your other parent like with your parent like isn't that crazy like I'm actually co-parenting with my mom. I know I'm not the only one, but this shit is real, okay? Like that was my life. To provide for him. I've had to make sure everything with him was good. School, conferences, meetings. Once I started like working in a nighttime job, I was no longer able to go to his conferences. So my mom was able to always step in and like really support him in that way as a parent for me. In that, I learned like one of the things I realized as now I'm older, right? Like I'm looking back on my teenage years and my 20s and in my 30s, I did everything. So when you do everything, sometimes you don't realize how controlling you are because you're too busy living it, right? You're too busy managing and living what it's like to be controlling. And like we just don't see it. Like we don't see that we're actually really controlling until we are in relationships and we're in experiences with people we don't know how to ask for help. Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I don't know how to ask for help. Hi, my name is Stephanie, and every time I've asked for help, sometimes people have disappointed me, and it made me not never want to ask for help ever again. Hi, I am her. Okay, so I know what that is like, and I am here to say to y'all, don't do that no more. Like, guess what? Real life happens for people. If I ask somebody for help today and they can't help me, it's not the end of the world. It's really okay because I know, and I know y'all, right? Like I am you, right? So I know how much you had to like push through whatever that thing was that you were feeling to be like, I gotta ask this person for help because I need help. I think what people don't realize that majority of the time you ask somebody, hey, can you help me? Or hey, can you pick up your kid their kid for you, like a family member that you trust, like, hey, can you do something for me? I think that what you don't realize is that most of the time people are going to say yes. Let me let that sit in. Let me let that sink in for a minute. Most of the time, if you step out of your own ish to ask somebody for help, they will say yes. That is just my experience. I'm not saying that people never said no. Plenty of people have said no to me. It still was okay, right? Like because with them saying no to me, if I'm calling somebody like the day of and asking them for help, which I am kind of guilty of because if you're like me, you will wait until the last minute to call somebody and ask them for help, which is a terrible idea. Like if you know you need help with childcare 3 days ago and you call in the day of you need somebody to pick your child up because you gotta work late or you trying to pick up some extra hours and work overtime. Hi, that was me. And you call them the day of and they're like, oh, I can't, I got such and such to do. And you're like, ooh, okay. Lesson learned, right? Like you got to prepare better. Like you got to do better. You can't just expect for people's schedules to be on your schedules. But that was a good lesson for me to learn. So I say that like I don't have a problem like reaching out to my trusted village of people to be like, hey, do you have any plans on this day? Because I know I'm probably going to need help this day because I have a wedding to go to or I have an event to go to. Because that lets people prepare also. That lets people rearrange to help you also, especially if you have a trusted group of people who you love and you know your kids are safe with. Baby, I promise you, they want to be with your kids and they want to hang around your kids because they love what your kids bring to them and to your life. So I say this, it's okay to ask for help. Just do it with more time. And that's it. Like, do it with more time. I used to get like anxiety about asking for help. But you know what I realized is that like I have to let go of strong woman syndrome. Do y'all know that like literally I think well I literally just learned last year in 2023 what the soft life was. Child, I'm trying to tell you, I did not know what the hell a soft life was. Literally, I was like, what the hell is all this soft life shit? What does that even mean? Because I am strong woman syndrome to the core. If you look in a dictionary, you be like, who the strong woman? It's me. Like I live like I don't even know what strong like how not to be a strong woman. I'm getting better at undoing some of those things. And I can now because I actually have like a really supportive partner and and a father who has said to me, Stephanie, all you have to do is ask me for help. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know. Okay, so let me go to my next tip. My next tip is that people can't read your minds and stop expecting for people to read your minds. Like my fiance told me that. And he was like, I don't know what you need. I don't know what you want. Like, I do, I can see, but we have to realize that, like, listen, y'all, some people just not paying attention the way we pay attention. And when you're a controlling person, you pay attention to a lot of detail. You making sure that all the dots is crossed, all the T's are crossed. Like you paying attention to all the detail. Guess what I know? Everybody not paying attention to stuff the way you think they are. Because now in today's time, it's too many distractions. People on their phone, people watching YouTube, people just and I'm sorry, I love my brothers. Men just ain't they not paying attention, child. They just not paying attention. And I know that like we can get bamboozled by Instagram and YouTube and all these other shows because you'll see all these little couples and you'll see everybody they seem like they're so attentive. I promise you they not. I promise you they really only attentive for the video. I promise you that it's all really cap for real for real. Like y'all see these couples when they break up and when they break up they have a totally different story. I say all I have to say. People can't read our minds. People don't know what we need and want unless we tell them. And if you think that people can read your mind, you tripping. Don't nobody know what I want unless I tell them. And I think that I think that's fair. And I think that like taking reclaiming your time, I do that every single day now. Like, excuse me, I'm going to go take a shower without any kids bothering me. So make sure you handle this because I don't want to see no kids for 45 minutes to an hour. Literally reclaiming my time because before I would never do that. Like I would just like I would take a shower and I would have a kid in the bathroom with me. And I know there's some moms who need to have a kid in the bathroom with me. I get it. I was there too as well. But if you have a partner and you're saying to yourself like, how do I reclaim my time to take time for myself so I can kind of just de-stress and unwind and maybe sit down on a toilet because that's what I do. Like I'll sit down on the toilet, I'll doom scroll. I'll sit down on the toilet, I'll read a book. I'll sit down on the toilet, I'll write my notes out. I'll journal. I'll do something like the bathroom and sitting down on the toilet is where I feel like I get so much done. It is my bathroom is literally like my place of peace. And I know that is like sometimes for moms, our only place of peace is our bathroom. And in that, if you have a partner, tell them you want your time to be uninterrupted. That means put your phone down, unplug for just 45 minutes, and pay attention to the kids because I need to go. That is something I've had to learn to do. And that wasn't easy, but I learned to do it because I was like getting frustrated with trying to take a shower and my toddler pulling up at the shower curtain while I'm in the shower. And I'm like, listen, I just want to take a shower. I just want to wash my hair. Okay, wash my hair. I need you. And I will be calling him like, can you come get your kid? We're in a couples therapy right now. So like one of the things, um, I'm I'm bad at is time management. Like I'm terrible at time management. Like I fucking actually suck at I actually suck at time management. And so like that's a real problem for him because he's really a stickler. And one of the reasons I've learned that I'm bad at time management is because I don't know how to delegate tasks. I need to do everything. Again, that's my controlling issues, right? Like because I believe that if I do it the way I do it, then I know it's gonna get done, I know it's gonna get done right, and I'm gonna be fine. And he said to me when we were in therapy, I'm just sharing something. He said to me, like, well, one of the things that she does is like every time she comes home, or she comes home late sometimes from work, and that's because like she has to go to like all these stores because she didn't get this that day, she didn't get that day, she didn't do something, and I'm like, okay, yes, I'm guilty of that. Like, yeah, I'm after work because I need to stop and do something. And that tends like, and it tends to be like a store. Like I need to go to a store and grab something. But what was happening with that was that like my son wasn't getting fed at a decent time. He wasn't getting into bed at a decent time because I wasn't able to come home to prepare dinner at a decent hour. Because I do like to cook every single night. So what was happening was that like because I would be out, I would get off of work and I would probably take like an hour or so out, and I wouldn't necessarily even call him and tell him. What was happening was that like there was this it affected our whole household, right? So we did this test where we were like, okay, we're going to work on like we're going to work on these small things that we can kind of excuse me, we're going to work on these small things that we can control. And one of the things I said I was going to do was I was going to come home every single night after work. But preparing, like, how was I able to come home every single night after work? One, I made a better list, a better shopping list. I tried to do as much as I possibly can do on a Sunday because that tends to be my day where I like to go out shopping, even though I hate going out shopping on Sunday because everybody and their mom is out. But that's the day I had because I'm a working mom. I, but what I did throughout the week, that week, was that if I needed something, because he told me, right? Like he said to me, if you need something, because he works from home, so if you need something, just tell me and I'll go out the store and get it for you. And it never clicked. Like it never dawned on me like, why don't you utilize the help? Why are you trying to be like, why are you trying to do everything? He has the time, he has the more flexibility. You don't because your schedule doesn't always allow that. Get get him. So I was like saying to him, like, oh, you know what? I realized we ran out of this. Can you go to the store and can you go grab this? Or I realized we don't have this. Or I realized this and that. Do you know that like that week I was able to come home, get my son to bed at a decent time, and get myself in a bed at a decent time. And I actually felt better because I didn't have to remember to do so many tasks. Now, I did have to, like I said, I did have to tell him what I needed from the store, but it was that act of me actually just asking for help that I was like, look at me, look at growth. Won't God do it? Won't he work through you? Won't he show you that you don't, you, like, I lean on God, right? Like, I lean on God. God is like, he gives me so much strength. And listen, I believe wholeheartedly, like, he places man in my life for a reason. And I'm like, well, he, why am I not like utilizing his strengths, right? Like, because his strengths are like, I can just tell me what I need to do. Like, I'll do it. And I'm like, oh, it was that easy? Yes, girl. It was that easy, girl. Yes. And so like that's one of the things I'm saying. Like people can't read your mind. It's okay to delegate. It's okay to delegate some tasks to people if you're in a partnership with somebody. Now I know as a single mom, we don't have that life. We listen, as a single mom, that ain't it. We gotta do everything. But even as a single mom, I challenge you as a single mom to try to get things done all in one day, if you can. I challenge you as a single mom to find somebody when you go to the store to like maybe watch your kids or see if your mom, aunts, sisters, or whoever can like watch your kids. I challenge you to take that time to, so because I know if you're like me, like when you go to the store with your kids, I can get unfocused really quick because my kids is wearing me out because they fussing, crying, fighting, want something. I can't distract them enough. I promise you, if you're able to ask somebody for some help in these areas, I promise you, you will you will be surprised at the results. Recognizing that you cannot do everything. You can't be all things to everything. I used to be stuck in that, like, oh, I gotta do it all. I gotta do it all. Yeah, guess what? I live in a space now where like I be like, I can't do it all. She can't. She can't. And I don't know if that's just me like kind of embracing my soft life journey because that's the kind of journey I feel like I'm on now. Like this year, 2004, like I started to embrace it in 2023 once I realized what it was. And I was like, oh, I like this. I like this idea of a soft life. Now in 2024, like I'm really going to put this into practice even more so because I can't. But the truth of the matter is that, like, you and I, we can't do everything. We can't be all things. So we have to be able to make better choices with our time to be able to get the things that we need to get done. Right? Does that make sense? Single mom. Since I am talking about what it feels like to be a single mom, like just a quick little side note is that like I know what it's like to be a single mom. Be a single mom is that like on these platforms, on these social media platforms, like we always see everybody and they're like these best, happy, blissful, loving relationships. And I feel like the group of people that always gets overlooked are working moms and single moms. The lifestyle of a stay-at-home mom is glorified. The lifestyle of a married mom is glorified. And we all look to be like, oh, we want that, we want that. Let me tell you something. Watch what you ask for because if you don't work on healing yourself, you might attract the wrong thing into your home, into your house, and you may be like, what the hell did I just attract to my house with wanting what I see other people having? Right. I don't feel like enough people talk to single moms. Like I always see like a lot of women getting advice from men about what and who've never lived this woman experience. And I just be like, y'all love to listen to somebody that ain't ever been in your shoes. Y'all love to take advice from people that's never been able to experience what you've been able to experience. How are you going to get advice from somebody like that? In a sense of like telling you where you going wrong at. Boy, please. And it'd be like a lot of single men out there too that's giving all these women advice that I just think is silly and women be really pressed for their information. And I'm like, they not it. I've been there. You are not overlooked. I see you. I recognize the struggle and the hard work that you're putting in, especially if you have more than one child. I am I know what it's like. Like I was a single mom to one kid for 21 years, so I know what it's like just to be a single mom. I promise you, I know what it's like. And I want you to know that like you got this. You got this. I don't know where you're at in your journey, whether you have a toddler, because if you have a toddler, girl, we are one. I'm praying for you. Surviving toddlerhood is a real thing. But I just want to know. I just want you to know, like, I love single moms. I have like such a soft place in my heart for women who are taking care of their kids. And not for that, like women and aunts, grandmoms who are also taking care of their kids because it's a lot of those are like really the unsung heroes for real in this parenthood game. Is that like people that's showing up to help take care and help take care of other people's kids because that's not an easy task. And I know people that are doing it with so much love and so much kindness and so much grace that I just admire them so much because they're doing it. They're showing up, and that's all that matters to that kid. I know this video is probably too long. I know I probably only share like 2 tips, but listen, like when it comes to y'all watching my videos, that y'all really do find value from the information from the video, from just me sitting here chatting and kikiing with y'all because I am 44 years old. I've lived through so many different challenges and relationships and life that I just love to talk and share and build community with women because most women I kind of do connect with are younger than me and I felt like when I was in my 30s, I didn't have somebody who was always just so open to share about like the good, the bad, and the hard times and the things that make them vulnerable and just be open. Like everybody was so guarded and nobody wanted to share. And like I'm not that person. Like I'm in my 40s and I'm sharing, I'm talking, I'm being transparent because that's where you connect at. That's when people be like, damn, she get it. Like I'm not alone out here because I know what it's like to feel like you all by yourself on certain journeys. And baby, I promise you, you're not. I promise you, it's so many people that's out here just like you. And I promise you. So if you got value from this video tonight, yay, day 3 done. Yay. I'm so proud of myself. If you got any value from this, please like my video, subscribe, and I never want to waste your time. So like let me know in the comments what y'all walked away with, because y'all know I'm sitting in a room with my iPhone. I'm sorry, I'm sitting in my closet with my iPhone and my ring light and my Amazon microphone, because that's my setup right now. This is my setup. It's called my no excuse setup. Oh, I like that. I just made that up on the spot. This is my no excuse setup. I love y'all. Thank you so much for watching my video. And just please don't forget to subscribe and like my channel and leave a comment so we can chat and talk, because one thing about me, I like to talk in the comments. I'm not the person just gonna leave a heart. Girl, we getting down and dirty. I'm talking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. Have a good one. Thank you for watching.